Good morning, everyone. Okay, I have not, as of yet, played with the landscaping mod at all. I'm not going to do a lot of it. I'm going to do a little bit of it. And then if all of a sudden some other players are going to do some landscaping, I'll see if I can watch them. I wanted to do a little bit of landscaping on the edge of this field. There, you see those bumps right there? Ooh, birds. Birds. So I want to get rid of some of these little bumps here. So we're probably have to take it a loan, because it's going to get expensive. Loan. Borrow.
He is making a smaller brush and stuff, so do small changes.
Landscaping. Start landscaping.
But now you're on sculpting mode, so that's what you want. Oh.
Sculpting, painting.
The F1 menu was really helpful for you.
Oh, F1. Okay.
Oh,
What?
that's not there.
There we go.
So it tells you how to make your brush smaller.
So where's that bump that I was talking about? As far as zoom I can in. Okay. The brush is pretty big. So I want to just smooth this out. Right here, just a little bit. I don't want to remove the bumps, so I want to smooth out. So brush size is 6. Brush strength is 0.1, but what is it doing, the brush? How do I know what the brush is doing right now?
Depends what button you choose.
Oh, so right now it's smooth. Oh, the center button. If I hit the center button, it's smooth.
While you do that, yeah. And don't suggest flat.
Raise, lower, flatten would make everything perfectly straight and would really screw things up.
Yeah. Smooth is your best try.
So X does what? Oh, that's switching from painting and landscaping. Okay.
And let's see what changed from a bubble to that.
Oh, that's kind of helpful, actually. You can see where I want to smooth it a bit. So, hope this doesn't go wrong. Terrain cannot be modified here? Are you serious? Why can the terrain not be modified?
Maybe too close to the path, which is yours. I don't know, that's not good.
So I can't even do what I want to do.
Not easily. Tell you about it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, there needs to be a Control Z button. Because it turned it into grass. I guess it automatically turns everything into grass.
Yeah, then you can plow it all.
And I have to replow it all. Okay, I'm not going to do landscaping right now. We'll leave that as is. There'll be that square in there. We'll have to landscape the field when it doesn't have a crop on it. Okay. And apparently you can't landscape near a road. Okay. Whoa, train. So I can't landscape here, but I could landscape up over here and smooth this edge out. That would be expensive though. Okay, we won't do landscaping. I didn't realize it automatically turns everything into grass if you landscape.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh no, I did mention it earlier because I did say I turned my grass and I removed it all.
I did hear you say you turn yours into grass. I didn't realize it did it automatically. Because it's kind of bumpy there. So it won't let me landscape that bump right there at all. Oops, wrong button. Okay, let's just take a look at it. Where's my square that I made? There it is. So the bump right here Well, it would let me do that a little bit, yeah. Let me smooth that out right there. I'm scared to do it. Whoa!
Oh no.
There, that smoothed it out a bit. Cost a little bit of money. But it definitely smoothed that part out a little bit. So let's take a look at that.
And of course,
Yeah, that's definitely smoother now, so...
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I can see this being useful. Because that big ugly bump now is now a smoother bump now. It should be easier to plow over and stuff. But my crop is now 50% fertilized. I could go fertilize this. Let's jump on our tractor. Tractor is plowing. We'll finish this field. I'm sure this is a contract I'm doing. Oh, synchronizing. Farmer Joe's joining.
I didn't know it took that long.
I have not seen VRF online today, so with being Christmas, he's probably at his grandma's place or something like that.
Was you were not yesterday, so
Yeah, and I was not on yesterday, so everybody assumes I'm not home this weekend. Because I've been working way too much. I'm going to change that a bit. I'm going to do a little less work. Made that decision. Okay, let's get this little bit of plow. Oh. I'm a contractor for Jess, I think. I think that's what's going on. This is where Jess placed her sheep pasture, and she's going to have to do a little bit of landscaping here. Oh, I should repay that. Okay, so that's not my tractor. Hey, I plowed a little bit of your field. There's my tractor. Oh, if you can take me off as contractor. For some reason, I always have a contractor as soon as I start the game for Farmer Joe. I don't understand why. Apparently that's not going to cost us any money. But I want narrow for fertilizing. There we go. Customize. Yes. Okay, no train coming. Both ways. Okay, we're good. Hardly any fertilizer left in here. Do I have pallets for fertilizer? What is this down here? That looks like lime to me. I believe that's lime. It's going to take me a while to learn what all the logos are. Train, no train. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't cross the tracks like that. fertilize this field. Now, I predict I'm going to run out of fertilizer here pretty quick, but who knows, maybe we'll be lucky and it'll last in the field. No, I don't think so. That's counting now way too fast. Ah, I got some nice tea. Thank you, Farmer Joe. Why did the edge not grow there? Weird. Oh, I'm out. No, VRF is combining or doing a contract for a neighbor's field there. Let's get ourselves some more fertilizer. Yep, the landscaping definitely needs an undo button. Definitely requires an undo button. It's like, that is not the effect I intended. I think let's go this way. Take the wrong road. Ooh, cart. One of those pallets is mine, and one of them is either Farmer Joe's or BRF's. But they're for the liquid fertilizer. I guess I could have grabbed my liquid fertilizer and wouldn't have had to come buy fertilizer here. Buy. Okay. I don't have enough money. Okay. Okay, let's get some money then. Oh, wrong button. Borrow. So we have... Oh, that's interesting. My loan balance is not even. I guess I've paid $629 of interest? Because it should be, everything should be in 5,000 increments, right? So repay. So so $1,629 must be interest that I have had to pay. Or is that, no, that's just my balance. Never mind. This here is my loan. $120,000. Okay. Never mind. I'm confused. See what happens when I'm not home for 2 weeks? Buy. Yes. Okay. Buy. Yes. Okay. One more. Okay. That's all the money I borrowed. Here, let's take a quick look at Farmer Joe. Map. She is doing some landscaping.
Yep.
Hey, the farmer boy, how's it going? Yeah, just this corner here you still need to lower, because it's raised on this corner and down here. Goes you? We are doing good. Oh yeah, you can see it lowering. You see the landscape lowering? Farmer Joe is lowering landscape here.
But I can't see as well as the other, which I could.
Yeah, I wish we could rotate the camera when
You can
I have a better view of what she's doing than she does. Yeah, that's looking much better. Yeah, still a little bit of a bump there, but not much better. That's nice and smooth now. You could actually make that field go to the edge there and make that a useful field at the top edge, and yeah. Yeah, that looks much better. You don't need to do anything now. It's good. Well, there's a dip right here. Yeah, there's a...
I don't like raised edges.
Because there's a dip right here. If you hit the smooth button, it should raise that, right? There you go. That's raising up nicely. A little more in this corner there. Yeah, there you go. There we go. That's much better. Nice and smooth transitions now. Yep. See that? Yeah, that makes it way better. Just by landscaping like that. So I can see this mod. I bet you can't do this corner because it's part of the cheap pasture.
Probably could, but it probably really.
Oh, this corner needs that dip taken out a bit. So I'll go stand right in the dip. It's right here is the dip. There we go. Starting to come out nicely. Landscaping. See, there we go. Maybe a little bit down over here. There's a trench running from there to here. That's much better already right there. And then this, here's a little spike on this very corner, but I don't think you can change that again because it's the corner of the cheap pasture. So I'd call that good. That you've made it look much smoother. Yeah. What you're doing there is just making it worse because the corner of the cheap pasture can't be changed. Yeah. And it's that other corner is because of the cheap pasture as well. So, but that right there makes it much more useful. The landscaping is going to be pretty cool. Landscaping is going to be pretty cool. Yeah, you could plow around that and make it into grass. Let's get our fertilizer going. Yep, I like that new landscaping feature. They need an undo button. Definitely need an undo button. That's my only complaint. Only complaint about it is they need an undo button. Train. You know, you didn't mess up at all. It just... Yeah, Farmer Joe's had some experience with the... This is my first time trying it, so I'm learning. Next time I'm out plowing my field, I think I'll see what I can change. Save it for when there's not a crop growing. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stay on the road, stay on the road! Yeah, there we go. So Farmer Boy, I'm assuming you guys are on a Christmas holiday. think almost everybody's off. I know even for work, most of the mills are closed this next week. But I'm working. I'm working tomorrow very, very early in the morning. There's a pallet place that is open tomorrow till noon, so I have to be there before noon to deliver. Or else I drove all that distance for nothing. So, there's some customers that would like delivery still. So there's a few of us running this week. So I guess you can't landscape too near roads. So I gotta remember when plowing really close to a road that I won't be able to landscape that. Oh yeah, so I wouldn't be able to landscape close to this field because I don't own the field, yeah. Yeah. I want to buy that field next to mine, but I think I'll pay off some loan first, let this field grow, harvest this field, and then I'll buy the field next to us. Hopefully we've paid off most of the loan by then. I'm not fertilizing the whole field. Come on, get right to the edge. Don't have enough money to fertilize that little edge. Can't be wasting fertilizer now. Yeah, just by smoothing it out a little bit, it makes the game more playable. That landscaping is awesome. No overlap. No overlap. I forgot what I seeded on this field. I don't know if I listened to you. Ah, I planted canola. So I didn't listen to you. So I'm noticing something interesting here. You can see a line between the two fields. What's going on there? I did join the two fields. But why is that little gap not fertilizing? See that line running up and down that way? It's not fertilizing. Okay, that's where I did the landscaping, that little funny corner. Needs lime. Okay, yeah, I was going to wait till the whole field needs lime. It does show it's fertilized. For some reason it's showing a little bit of a funny line there. Yeah, right between the fields here, up and down, it's showing so yeah, we'll spread lime once all the fields need lime. Okay, let's park this. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, bumpy. Plowing or liming? If you're planting grass, you need a lime every now and then to get the extra grass, the extra hay. Depends how badly you need grass. If grass is free except for the time and fuel it costs to harvest it, is it worth spreading lime for the extra 10% of the grass? And it depends how much you really need. I have a tendency of saying no, you probably don't need that. Okay, so that's all we own right now is those two fields. Excuse me. Let me drink some tea and have a sticker noodle.
Don't slatter them.
I like my sticker noodles.
Sticker doodles.
Jess gets so mad at me. Sticker noodles. I like sticker noodles.
Doodles.
Snickerdoodle. He's so happy that I actually said it right. I don't have any contracts going on, do I? But I could pick up this one. What is field 2? Way up there. Seems like a nice little contract. I already have everything I need, so let's accept that contract because we'll just continue what we were just doing. Nice. Nice easy money. Hey Kenworth for life, how are you doing? You're not really late. Kenworth, did you see my pictures online on Facebook or Instagram this week? The answer is no, I did not scratch the paint job. But the other guy sure as heck did. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I'm just happy to be home for a day. Yeah, Kenworth, you gotta check out my posts. I parked my truck in the ditch. And that's pretty much exactly it. I just parked my truck in the ditch. Nice and smooth. No big problems. I'm like, okay, I sent dispatch a message. I'm like, hey guys, I'm in the ditch. I'm going to put chains on the tires and see if I can drive out of the ditch myself before calling a tow truck. I just threw my first set of chains on top of the tires and I just heard this huge crash. I look up and I just see this white wall of death coming at me. It was a van truck, like a trailer, van trailer, sideways coming at me in the ditch. I just dropped everything and ran to the other side of my truck. And he missed me by about 15 feet. One of his tires that fell off came by about 7 or 8 feet away of me, just bouncing by. It's like, whoa, that was close. So when he was finished crashing, he managed to get everything back on the highway. And the reason why he was crashing is another truck sideswiped him. Oncoming traffic couldn't make the corner and crossed into the center lane and sideswiped him, and he jackknifed and slammed head first into the cliff face. And he had some serious head injuries, so I jumped back in my truck and hit that emergency help button so that fire and ambulance and everything was on its way right away. I used to be a firefighter, so I helped him out. He had some head injuries that I won't talk about here right now because, well, they were fairly serious. He's fine, but he had some serious injuries. He hit so hard that his body pushed the whole steering column into the dashboard. The steering column was embedded in the dashboard. It was one of those days. It was snowing really hard. The pictures I took a couple hours after we crashed and I had taken care of everything and police and fire and everything was there. By that time it had cleared up nicer. It was snowing very, very hard, and apparently, I didn't know this, that it had been raining there the night before and there was black ice underneath the fresh snow. So yeah, tow truck gave me a little tug and I drove right out with that. All I needed was a little tug. The tow truck took 4.5 hours to get there because the tow truck was in the ditch. And he had to get, I guess, the other tow trucks to pull him out, the smaller tow trucks to give him a yoink out. It was that slippery that the tow truck was in the ditch. I saw quite a few people in the ditch that day. It was one of those deceivingly slippery days where the roads looked good, it was snowing hard and slushy, you had all these water vapors coming off the trailer. It's like, yep, you're good, and all of a sudden, we're not good, we are not good, there is no steering input. Yeah, when the tow truck's in the ditch, you know it's a slippery day. So, yeah, the other guy, he kept saying he was fine. He was in shock. He was not okay. He needed stitches. He needed probably 20 or 30 stitches in his forehead. He probably had internal damage too from hitting that steering wheel that he wasn't feeling. He kept touching his forehead, so I took a picture with his cell phone of his forehead to show it to him so that he knew, hey, you got a serious cut there. You shouldn't be touching your forehead. And any head injuries will always bleed a lot because all the blood vessels are so close to the skin surface. So yeah, it was not a boring week. Not a boring week. What happened the day after? 2 days after. What happened 2 days after? Yeah, I got denied at the border. That was exciting too. Not as exciting as the crash, but I got a U.S. Border Patrol escort. I was told, "Follow me," and I had to follow him. Not allowed to go in the U.S. without an escort. So I crossed at a border. Apparently the company that we were hauling for did not have a permit to cross at that border. It's a small border where there is no way in the world you will turn a Super Bee around. So they have to get me turned around. But I'm not allowed into the U.S. So they had to escort me to a place where I could turn around. And then they escorted me back to the border, and then I had to go drive I don't know, I think it was about a 4-hour detour to a different border that they did have a permit at.
wish there was like a one-time call the company and pay advertising.
Apparently the permit to get across the border takes 6 months. 6 months to get developed. Too many scratches on the truck, not allowed across the border. Well, I had the joy of switching trailers too this week. They asked me to drop my trailers off at our home office, and I said no. I go, these are my trailers. I'm not allowing them to be dropped off at the home office and somebody else goes through my toolboxes and takes my trailer. I've spent too much time getting this trailer the way I want, so no, I am not dropping this trailer off at home office. So apparently they had a preloaded trailer ready for me to deliver. Just grab the trailer hook on and deliver. That wasn't as easy as promised either, but I'm going to do this. Easier if I went this direction. So I hooked onto my old set of trailers, a set of trailers that I rolled in February. And whoever's been taking care of those trailers has not been doing his pre-trip and post-trips. Not done any inspections. One of the brakes was almost completely worn out. Half the lights don't work on the trailer. Luckily, all the defects on the trailer, I'm still legal to be on the road, but I went and reported all the defects because there's so many things wrong with that trailer. But they told me the trailer would be ready at 5 a.m. I got there at 5:30. It wasn't ready till 8. And it wasn't ready. I had to tarp it and strap it and all that, so I didn't leave till 8:45 or something like that. And I left my trailers in a different town. All the toolboxes locked up. I put a pin lock on it so nobody else could hook onto my trailer. So when I made this delivery with these set of trailers, they told me to bring these trailers back to Salmo and they would give me a different set, Salmo or home office, give me a different set to load there. I go, no. I'll go deliver these to our home office, then I will drive an hour and a half back to where my trailers are, and then I will load my trailers. I'm like, I've got the hours to do that. I'm taking my trailers back. I want a set of trailers that I know is safe on the road, that will pass all inspections. The trailer I went in the ditch with is not in the ditch. Those were my trailers, not the old ones that I rolled with. So it's not that those trailers are cursed or anything. Yeah, and hitting the ditch in BC, there's not a lot of places in BC where you can hit the ditch and get away scotch-free like I did. I picked one of the few corners that you can do that on. So yeah, it was an exciting week. It was an exciting week. Yeah, and of course I wasn't here last weekend. That kind of made me miserable. I was, like I said, an exciting week. Because of the bad weather, I couldn't make my delivery until too late, and I was stuck in Calgary. So they told me, you're going to be stuck here for the weekend. I'm like, great. Stuck away from home again. Jess isn't even with me in a city I really don't want to be in. It's a big city, and there's nothing for me to do in that city I would enjoy. So I found a nice truck stop and took a shower, and 5 hours later I called dispatch and go, where am I loading on Monday, just so I can find out where I want to park on Sunday night type of thing. And all of a sudden they go, actually we have a load for you in Creston, so you're going to be stuck in Creston. I'm like, what? look at the time. I'm like, I barely have enough time to make it there. Why wouldn't you tell me this hours ago? But I guess the load just barely popped in, so okay. I jumped in the truck and bailed out and drove down to Creston. I was stuck in Creston for the weekend. But I'd much rather be stuck in a small town like Creston than in Calgary. Especially the weekend before Christmas. Everything is so busy, it was just ridiculous. You were looking at the first image and just saw one trailer at first. No, I had both. I had both trailers in the ditch. The van truck that crashed only had one trailer, and then the tanker truck was a fuel truck. The one that jackknifed was a fuel truck that was empty, but it had residual in there, which means a little bit of fuel on the bottom and a lot of vapors, which makes it a lot higher prone to explosive than a full loaded fuel truck. Empty fuel truck is more dangerous than a full fuel truck, because a full fuel truck will burn like crazy, but it won't blow up. An empty fuel truck will go kaboom if the conditions are right. But the way he jackknifed, he destroyed his truck, but did very, very little damage to the trailers. The van truck, his I think that's a Volvo. I think it was a Volvo, right? The van, blue van with the missing wheels. He picked up his truck from the dealership 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks before the crash. Brand new truck. Wasn't his personal truck, it was company truck, so it won't be out of his pocket, but still, brand new truck. And that wouldn't have been a write-off. They would have done a lot of repairs on that thing, but that van truck drove off the scene like that with all the tires missing with a police escort. Because, what was it, 9 kilometers away? 6 or 9 kilometers away? I'm dyslexic, something like that. There's a Cal tire. So he had enough tires up that he could safely hobble it back to a Cal tire and get a bunch of new rims and tires, and of course he would have had to find somewhere to fix the mirror and stuff like that. But yeah, it was not a boring week. I could go for a boring week. Yeah, that blue Volvo, that driver had some very minor injuries, and it was all due because of the broken glass. He had glass cuts on his forehead and stuff, but they were really minor. Like, by the time I ran to the jackknife trailer first because I thought that guy would have a higher chance of injury, which was true. I helped him out until a volunteer or an off-duty firefighter showed up with a much better medical bag than I had, so I let him take care of that fairly seriously injured driver, and I ran and checked on the other driver to make sure he'd be okay. And then once I knew both drivers were okay, I went back to my truck and chained up and tried pulling out, and it just did not work, so waited for the tow truck to show up. Just too much snow, couldn't dig out of there. Anytime I was driving or trying to get out of there, I just was getting myself further into the ditch. I'm like, well, I know a losing battle when I see one. I only got myself about 3 or 4 feet further into the ditch before I go, no. When you know things are not going right, stop doing that. So yeah, I had an exciting week. Definitely an exciting week. I know when I first hit the ditch, I'm like, oh good. I'm parked here, no damage. I'm like, this could have been much worse. And then when I threw my first set of chains on and I heard that bang and I was running, as I was running, only thing I was thinking in my head was like those YouTube videos of trucks and cars just smashing into each other one after another. I'm like, that's what this is going to look like. Run. Run to the other side. I do not want to be the sandwich between two big rigs. Do not want to be that sandwich. And luckily they missed. And then he had debris all over the highway. As soon as both truck drivers were okay, I also went and pulled a bunch of metal and one of his tires off the highway so people wouldn't continue to hit all that stuff and get flat tires. And of course, funny how this works. As soon as we all crashed and 911 was called, the snowplow showed up and they salted the heck out of the road. Hey guys, this must be slippery. We should put a little salt on this road and a little bit of sand. It's like, couldn't have done this a little earlier? Just a little bit earlier? Now to be fair, they have a hard job of trying to keep those roads safe. So they actually do a pretty decent job. So it was just kind of funny how much effort they put into it after a crash. Yeah, that's the only time I was scared when we were crashing, is when I heard the big bang and I was running. It's like, when I was thinking it's like sandwich time, that's when I was like, okay, this is serious. Hitting the ditch, that was no adrenaline rush from that. I used to being a firefighter, that's something that didn't give me a rush at all. When the other trucks started crashing, that's when I got the adrenaline rush. It's like, whoa! And then of course I never got the shakes from the adrenaline rush because I used all that adrenaline to run and help the other guy right away, right? So use that adrenaline. That's the best way to avoid the adrenaline shakes. By making use of all that energy your body just made. But yeah, it was exciting, that's for sure. Yeah. The only time I was in real danger was when I threw that first set of chains on and I realized that it wasn't just me that was sliding in the ditch, it was everybody else too. And then because we have radios in the truck, everybody slowed down after. After the three of us were in the ditch, every truck came crawling through that area. It's like, good. Even the guys that weren't on radio were forced to crawl because it made a traffic jam. It's like, perfect. Once we got the traffic jam going, everybody slowed up. Then it became a safer situation. And that corner is a slow sweeping corner. Recommended speed is 100 kilometers per hour. I was doing somewhere between 70 and 80. And I still ended up in the ditch. The van truck said he was going really slow, but I have a feeling that tanker truck was going pretty quick because it was 4-lane highway, that section. So that tanker truck had to come out of the granny lane, cross the hammer lane, cross the wide median, and then sideswipe the other truck. So he went pretty far over. So he had to be going pretty quick as well. He was probably still slower than the suggested speed, but he was probably going pretty quick. And the way the steering column was smashed in, I have my doubts that he was wearing a seatbelt. I can't say if he was or wasn't, but I have my doubts. The police came and talked to me and go, "Did you see it?" I'm like, "No, but I heard it and this is what I saw." He goes, "Okay, thank you." He just goes, "I don't need a written statement from you because you were not involved in the actual accident." And then ambulance people came and made sure I was okay. I'm like, "I'm fine. All I did was park it in the ditch." Oh, darn it, I'm out of fertilizer. I noticed it right away. I didn't. I wasn't driving around without fertilizer for half an hour. best way to get to the store. There is no best way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Little dip there. Little dip. And the ambulance people made sure I was okay, and I'm like, I'm fine. I just go, I used to be a firefighter. I've got my level 1 paramedic. It's called different things in different states and provinces, and I go, I know we make the worst patients, but really, I am fine. There is nothing wrong with me because all I did was gently park the truck in the ditch. It's all the other dudes that need help. Well, and even the van guy, he was fine too, with the minor cuts on his forehead, with just minor glass cuts. The type of cut that you wouldn't even go show someone. That's how minor, very minor little bleeding. Why can't I drive straight? Is there no stop sign at this intersection? Just fly right through? And the way the lines are painted in there. Oh, Kenworth! Kenworth! Were you here last time when I talked about the mistakes in the lines in here? You were saying that they need to be yellow lines in the center? I found another major defect, if you want me to show you, that is unacceptable. You saw the stop line? I don't think you were still on here when I found the stop line. The stop line. It's yellow lines right here. These center lines should all be yellow. Let's see if I can find the stop line. We got the stop sign here, but no stop line here, but everything looks correct here except for that the line should be yellow. That stop line there looks good, although the car didn't stop there. See, the double is yellow. Why are the dashed lines not yellow? Okay, I think it's down this way. See, that stop line looks good. I'm not sure which one of these roads. Okay, these stop lines all look good. Let's take a turn here. I see a problem coming up. I'm on the right side of the road. Lottie, lottie, lottie. Let's stop at the stop line? Why the bloody heck is the stop line on the wrong side of the road? Like, why? Why is the stop line on the wrong side of the road? Unbelievable. I was angry, and you were gone already by the time I found that. It's like, I have to stop playing this map because the stop line is on the wrong side. It's just not right. And see, look, here's yellow lines in the center. That seems right. But there's a couple of mistakes. Like, these center lines should be yellow here. And the stop line should be on the right side of the road. Unacceptable. Sorry, I get worked up. It is not correct. It is very not correct. It is completely unacceptable. Okay, we just have money for those two from the last contract. Get some decent money back from this contract. Yeah, Kenworth. Why, oh why would it just... They need to hire somebody to make American maps that lives in America. You're gonna need American maps made by Americans. I don't care, Canadian or American, or if you're from the US or from Canada, one of you guys should be making the map, not someone in Britain or UK or wherever these are made. Should not be making an American map. And maybe an American did make this map and just made a mistake, but this intersection's not right either. There should be a way of crossing the intersection. Like, those center lines would only work if this is a dead end, if there's no road on the right hand side. So to legally make this corner and stay within the lines, I gotta go do this. That's not correct either. If it was a dead end, that would make sense, but even if a dead end, I have never seen an American road do that. It would just be straight lines and we're smart enough to turn. Oh yeah, hang on. Even that wouldn't make sense. If this was a dead end, it wouldn't make sense. What if I want to make a left-hand turn here? I can only make a right-hand turn here. I can't go straight or a left-hand turn. If this is a dead end, I'm not allowed to make a left-hand turn. And most roads have shoulders. Correct. A little less so in the mountains, but this is less in the mountains here. Most roads in America and Canada have a shoulder wide enough to get at least half a vehicle on it. Like, I should be on the road, on a gravel shoulder, at least a gravel shoulder. A lot of roads have a paved shoulder, and a lot of the roads have a paved shoulder wide enough to get a full vehicle on them. So yes, the American map does not feel very American just because of the road system. Position the vehicle differently. Maybe it can't place it inside of a tree or something. Maybe you can't unload seed. I know you can unload fertilizer. Yeah, we've unloaded seed before. So you can't unload seed. Unload is the I button. I, yeah. Huh? I, yeah. Sorry, car. Sorry, car. And why 15-kilometer bridge speed limit? Good question. Yeah, maybe you're only allowed to unload on your own property? I don't know. Yeah, I can unload here in the middle of nowhere. Farmer Joe's had issues unloading her cedar. Maybe you can't unload somebody else's seed? Hang on, let me try something. I'm going to leave my farm, yes. Join VRF's farm. Can you make me a contractor for you? Are you in the tractor? Oh, can you jump out of your tractor? Okay. Just see if you have to be on his farm to unload. There's no option to unload. No, even as I thought you could unload these things. Miles per hour, yeah. Kenworth, I always say kilometers, but yeah, everything's miles in the US. I thought you could unload these things. Oh, okay. I will leave farm. Yes. Join my farm. What did I hit? Frames per second. I'll leave it up there for a second. Okay. Yeah. I would wait till the whole field needs lime, and that way you're on the same sequence. That's what I would do. That's what I'm doing on one of my fields. It's part of the field needs lime, but not the whole field. So I'm getting, what, 46, 44 frames per second? Now I'll turn it off. And the other thing is, why are the cars so slow? I was hoping that the newest version the cars would drive a little bit quicker. The tractor should not be able to, I was going to say overtake, but that's a very British thing to say. The tractor should not be able to pass a car on a highway. This contract's got to be pretty close to being done. And I'll get all that money back from that seed I just purchased. Or not seed, fertilizer. Contracts sure do make less money in hard mode though, or start from scratch mode, I guess it's called. Okay, let's see if this will finish the contract, or if I'm going to have to do little bits of where I've missed. 99% done. Okay, I think this should do the trick. Look, I literally did that. It says finished. If I just had waited that second. Okay, collect all that money. Before we take another contract, let's pay off. Got 110 grand still we owe. I don't know why I'd keep jumping out of that menu. Okay. It's a pretty big cultivating discer there. I'd have to lease. That's a small little seeder. Sow wheat. I got a seeder that will sow wheat. I could do that contract. So field 6. Accept that contract. Where is field 6? We were on 5. 6 is right there. Okay, so we'll go get our seeder and plant wheat. Ugh. I'm gonna have more of my sticker noodles. Or a peanut butter ball. My tea's probably cold by now. Still warm. Still warm. Drinking and driving. Okay, let's do some seeding. Mexican vanilla. Oh, in the peanut butter balls, yeah. There we go. Okay, forgot how to drop a trailer. We're gonna have to buy some more seed. We gotta select wheat. Great, what logo is wheat?
The trick is if you have one
F1 menu up. Oh, it says up there, oat, canola, canola. For some reason it jumped down. Wheat. Okay. That actually is helpful. Help menu is helpful. Need to buy seed.
But I thought you were that trick.
Seed bag.
Oh, the next time that you're going
Buy, yes, okay.
down my area, I want to try something.
Buy, yes, okay. Back. I'm coming past your area right now. Okay, I'm coming past your area right now. I'm coming past the pond right now. Farmer Joe wants to show swimming. Apparently we can go swimming in FS19. This pond's not deep enough to go swimming? No, you're just walking in the pond. So apparently in deeper ponds the characters actually swim. Okay, let's go Lime Station, visit. We're fenced in. Jumping over the edge. Whee! Wow! That's a deep drop. I was not expecting the drop to be that deep. There we go. Huh. So we're actually swimming. I'm just doggy paddling. Staying afloat. Huh, interesting. Whoa. I don't recall parking my tractor like that. Definitely don't recall parking my tractor like that. I saw some abandoned equipment along the highway. Front end loader was just parked along the highway. I thought it would be maybe yours, but apparently I shouldn't have bought 2 bags. wrong buttons. Apparently I hit the right button that time. Okay. Got some bags of seed in the way here now. Yeah, I need to get a forklift or fork in front of my tractor. So I can actually pick these up and put them on a trailer. Do that some other time. The beacons are pretty realistic looking the way they're flashing right away. Okay, where's the span? Show you. Alright, right here. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff sitting here. That's, I guess, Jess's storage yard in the bushes. Making use of property. She had to move it there so she could plant her field where it was parked, or where it actually belongs. Hey VRF! You are late! Yeah, you missed it all. You missed everything. Where am I going? Not here. I'm going the wrong place. Where's the field? My equipment isn't even stored on my property. How long will this stream last? Another 45 minutes. This is going to take a while. Just realized this is going to take a long while. Should change the tires too. I've got narrow tires on here. I would have been better with wider tires. Off. Currently at your grandmother's place, and FS19 is not installed there yet, but you're going to start installing now. Yeah, no harm in having it installed, even if it takes too long to install. Get it installed. By the way, I really love the new landscaping feature. My only complaint about it is it needs a Control Z button or an undo button. That way you can undo your last click or even the last 5 clicks or something like that. Yeah, make a bunch of changes and it doesn't save it until you exit, or have a save changes button. That's the only complaint I have with start. I'm gonna do a little test here. I don't know if we've done this test yet, but does it waste seed if you're overlapping? FS19 it did not. I know that, yeah, like fertilizer definitely does waste. No, it's not seeding anything here because it's already seeded. Okay. So if you overlap a bit, it's not going to waste the extra seed. Yeah, this is definitely going to take a while. No, I have not VRF. Are those in Steam? In-game sound, lower the in-game sound. Sure, I can do that right now. Let's do that. We'll see if that's better. See, we got the yellow lines in the center, like we were just complaining about with Kenworth. And then the solid line on this side. Oh yeah. And solid line here on this side again. See, you know how to make American roads.
Well, those would be Canadian.
Or Canadian American, same kind of feel. And you see how there's a shoulder? We were talking about how our roads here have shoulders. But yeah, you have done a good job of making a North American road actually look like a North American road. You got the yellow lines right. Sweet. It's the little things that really make it more immersive, right? So Giants needs a higher VRF to make American maps after you make the Gnadentale map. The nice thing about Gnadentale map, you don't really have to worry about landscaping too much except for the ditches. Only thing you have to do, and the river. Ditch and the river. The rest is pretty much flat. Flat. Like on the Gnadentale map, putting down pastures and stuff, no biggie, because the land is flat. Yeah, we see a little bit of livestock in Manitoba, but nothing like Alberta and Saskatchewan. Manitoba is mostly, because the land is so fertile, it's mostly potatoes and wheat and sunflowers and all that kind of stuff. Canola. Sugar beets used to be a big thing, but that moved down to North Dakota for some reason. Jumped the border to the other side. Yeah, VRF, I think you're doing a very good job of making it as realistic as possible. and then having the electricity hydro poles. We call them hydro poles because most of our electricity in Canada comes from hydropower, water dams. So in Canada we pretty much just call them hydro poles. But yeah, the electricity poles, that's going to be a thing. See, the little things like that, they add to the game. Hey Canadian Gamer, how's it going? It looks like everybody's starting to wake up now. I thought you would ask for the webcam. I can't get the thing to work. I might have to buy a new webcam. It's not on my top of things to buy first, though. Although I really did like the webcam. We have what? Have another one somewhere buried on the... I just need to take the time to see if I can fix this one. It might just be a hard or a software issue. Yeah, since the computer did need a new graphics card and everything's been changed. Yeah, VRF just installed them all for me. I haven't even looked at them yet, but she's installed a bunch of free games. Oh, she says I got one left to get. Oh, she's purchased it. I just need to redeem it. Subnautica. Yep, I've got that one apparently. It's going to be a landscaping issue. It's probably a dip in there. You can get it all. You just don't want one open brown spot. You want all of it seeded as grass. Yeah, I had an exciting last 2 weeks, so I have not had any time to do anything. I got no VRF. I will be working tomorrow. In fact, I'll be starting work at 3 a.m. in the morning. So no late stream because I'll be going to bed at 7 p.m. And no stream tomorrow morning because I'm working. There might be a stream tomorrow evening. Depends on how my day goes. I would like to do a stream tomorrow evening, but no guarantees. It depends how tired I am because I'm going to get up at 3 a.m. Yes, my evening. Which would be your Christmas morning, I guess. There might be a stream there. No guarantees on that one. I would like to, but because I miss playing this game, especially being gone from home for 2 weeks, over 2 weeks, because I wasn't here yesterday. I came in yesterday evening. Yeah, it was not a boring 2 weeks. Yeah, if you want to hear all about my week, start watching the video from the beginning after the stream. Not from the, you'll find where I start talking about the weekend. You know, parking my truck in the ditch and being stuck in Calgary and getting a border patrol escort and all that stuff. I'm sure you've seen my Instagram or Facebook pictures of the crash. Well, not me, not my crash, but the other people that crashed. Because I didn't really crash, I just parked it in the ditch. It was a nice, slow, smooth exiting of the highway into the ditch. The other two guys didn't make it smooth. And just say my training as a firefighter and paramedic way back, many years. It's got to be what, 16 years or so ago, all came in, and I had to use those skills very quickly. Because technically I was the first responder on site because I was the first one in the ditch. But yeah, I've talked about that in depth like an hour ago in the stream, so. And Jess says sorry she didn't tell you about that one. But yeah, just check out my Instagram, Facebook photos, one or the other. You can see some of the other guys that are, or the two other drivers were pretty crashed up, especially the one jackknife guy. Not a boring week. I'm hoping to have a boring week this next week. Also VRF, there might be a stream for me Christmas Day. Probably not Christmas Day, but maybe day after Christmas Day there might be a stream. We'll see how it goes. I kind of have to play that by ear and see all the other things we're doing, but there's chances of more streams during the week, so. So I would like to play this game a little more. So, there may be a stream Wednesday morning for me. That's a lot of, if this happens then I can do that. It's going to be, so it would be Wednesday evening for you, I guess. There might be a stream. For you today, right now it was Sunday evening for you, right? Yeah. So Wednesday evening for you there might be a stream, but I can't guarantee any of that because it's too far away and there's too many things that could happen. And we have a lot of family time based on the holidays. I can eat and talk all I want. I'm having my sticker noodle. Call it the right thing. You have almost 2 weeks off? Nice. Num 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 num. Crunch crunch. They're really crunchy cookies. Maybe I can sneeze into your brand new headphones and break them. Six more minutes? Oh, downloading. Okay, I'm like, what do you mean you have to wait 6 more minutes till you get FS19? 6 more minutes till done downloading. And then you have to download the mods that we have here. Which isn't a whole lot, but there's a couple. Whoa! Whoa! This tractor needs repair. I remember I wanted to repair my tractor at the beginning of this stream. It's right down to the bottom. It's going to shut down on me. I don't know what happens if we don't repair it. But I need to repair my tractor. That's why it was parked at the repair shop. Of course it was. Oh. See what happens if you forget 2 weeks? My fuel gauge is getting lower too, but... Okay. Yes, all the mods are in-game mods you can get. So... just don't download the map ones, just go install all the rest of the mods and ignore the map one because the map takes longer to download, and then you'll have the mods that we have on here. Okay. Bug with that downloaded map, there's a bug in that one? Oh. FS19, they have fixed a lot of the bugs that the game started with. They've started fixing a lot of it. Well, we might as well go pick up more seed while we're at it. I'm gonna need a loan because I got $23. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I? Who am I? Maybe I did have a head injury when I hit the ditch. Yes, definitely lack of sleep. And that's not going to be... I'm not going to increase my lack of sleep here at all. Or improve my lack of sleep. Go. Over 10 grand to repair. Holy smokes.
Did I not tell you when I did mine it was like half a grand, 5 grand?
Borrow, borrow, borrow. So repair. Yes. Let's get the wider tires on here while we're here. With the weights, sure. Customize, yes. There we go. Put the wider tires on. Do what? Why? Fill this seed while we're here. Tractor's been repaired. Let's go say hi to Farmer Joe. Looks like she's almost done seeding her field. Big grass field. To turn it all into hay so she can use it for sheep and horses. So instead of using grass for sheep, just use the hay. See, I can unload this. I got an unload button for this.
What other game I think has
So yeah, it gives me an option to unload this cedar. For some reason, I couldn't unload the other one. I don't get it. Tomorrow we'll probably go take a look at some land that you saw on the internet with your dad, planning to build a house. A piece of property where you guys intend to build a house on in a few years. Cool. Go out there and physically take a look at it. Has it gotten dark in game yet? I mean, is this going to be our first night in game? Or have we gone through a night in this game yet? I don't think we've gone into a night yet. I think the sun's setting for the first time. Oh yeah, we did. We went through night once. Yep, Ross Bossman joined us. It was dark. We sped up time a bit. Yeah, I remember that. So this will be our second night. Everybody apparently dislikes night playing. You know what? It's actually pretty good gameplay here without having a GPS mod. I don't necessarily miss the GPS mod. Farmer Joe said somebody is making a GPS mod. Yeah, I agree with you, VRF. I think the nights are better. They're brighter in FS19 than 17 because the pitch blackness doesn't last as long. The only time where it's really hard to see is when the sun is starting to come up and you're driving into the sun. You can't see a thing. You're completely blinded. But that's just because of the great lighting system. I think the night times are vastly improved over FS17. Downloading mods now. Don't worry, VRF. I'll play a little bit longer after the stream. Not a lot longer because I have to do a lot of things today, but a little bit longer after the stream. It's going to use a lot more seed than I thought. Yeah, last time we were playing we were getting that lag issue. no lag right now. It's playing really smooth. There's been none of those problems today so far. Nice and smooth play. And my frames per second were decent. Oh, they're a little lower now right now. Oh, it just got darker. It's like a switch. That's one thing they have to improve, is getting rid of those instant switches. Can you disable it so you can't hire workers? Or remove that shortcut on your controller? You can't hire workers on your controller. You did get blue screen of death. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. VRF is having issues with Steam. Your Steam restarted and your phone authentication isn't working. Let me just check mine. Steam Guard. It's working on my end. My phone authentication system's working. And I'm still logged into Steam there. And you obviously still have internet access because your YouTube is still working. I say, maybe we're down a quarter of this field? That's my guess, a quarter. Let's take a look. 37%. Over a quarter. Well over a quarter. So we're over a third. You had an issue on your computer where it was hard drive error and you couldn't get into your computer yesterday? Uh-oh. Sounds like you're having computer issues today. Or this weekend. That always frustrates me. I'm not the greatest IT guy. I'm married to a pretty good IT gal. She can always fix my computer. I find it very frustrating when I got computer problems. Kind of neat the different textures on the land in different lighting. As it's getting darker now, just looking at the textures, they're so different. The reflections are different. It's kind of cool. The way the sun is reflecting off the tractor, everything like that. Oh, you open your computer case, and your hard drive was almost all the way unplugged. guess it wasn't clicked in properly. Over time, vibrations get the cables loose. That sometimes fixes everything. Just open your case, unclick every cable, unclick all the graphics card and all the RAM, take it out, put it all back together, and then it works perfectly smooth. It just, one of those items was not connecting properly. Unplug everything, plug everything back in, sometimes fixes the issue. Enjoying the scenery too much. Some dirty tractor. Need to buy a pressure washer and fix that. Oh yeah. Washing your truck is supposed to make maintenance cheaper? Or was that FS19 thing? One of the mods. I find it interesting how quiet the tractor is. I can hear the seeder shaking and vibrating, but I can't hear the tractor engine very loud. Like, don't you think the engine should be louder? Louder than the seeder, anyway? That seeder's pretty noisy if it drowns the engine noise. Oh, another light switch. Yeah, that transition definitely happens too fast. Is that the moon? I think the moon's coming up. It's a full moon too. Must be winter solstice. What? Well guys, I think I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to keep seeding. Oh, and you got Ganantal on your flash drive so that you can work on it when you're not at home. VRF, isn't that a problem with all laptops? Batteries die so quick. I know. Mine does. Mine does. VRF, as soon as you show up in Steam, I'll open the chat link in there so you can hear me. Anybody else that wants to join in game after the stream here, as long as I'm still up and running, join me on Steam and then you can still hear what I'm saying. And we'll play for another half hour or so. So thanks for watching, guys. And we will see you when we see you, because I'm not reliable at all. And hopefully VRF you can get your Steam and game up and running.